Morning, or good afternoon, or good evening, or good night, wherever in the world you're watching from. Hope you're having yourself a cup of coffee or a cup of tea. Say one cup of coffee or tea, then I'll go. So yes, this morning I'm having myself some Medina tea. Yes, so the Medina is good for the body, mind, and soul. So that's what I'm having this morning. Yes, Medina. Yes, so your herb shall be a medicine. So I'm drinking some herbal tea this morning. But interesting topic and interesting time. Major, major breaking news or story. Majorie Taylor Greene, controversial one. Congresswoman of Atlanta, Georgia. Donald Trump called her traitor Brown. Marjorie Traitor Brown. Yes, she cut ties with the president and calling for the Epstein file to be released, and she's out campaigning for the president to release the file. She says she's getting a lot of death threats every day. She said if anything happens to her, you know who it is. But it shouldn't be like that. Everybody have their own opinion. In America, it says freedom of speech. But do you think it's really freedom of speech for everybody? I don't think so. Some people can speak anything and do anything that they want to do, and there's no consequence. Like the president. The president can say whatever he wants, do whatever he wants, without any consequence. He got his Republican colleagues to back him. But we see where Majorie Taylor Greene state that it's gonna be a bloodbath come midterm election. And it said there are several more congressmen or women and senators will resign in the near future because they don't really want to go against the president versus if they're gonna have a re-election. So they're stepping aside. So the more resign is the more control the Republican gonna lose. So now the president is in a pickle. Because remember, he controls the House and the Senate. And if he continues to lose, he's gonna lose the House and the Senate. But what are your thoughts this morning? Congresswoman of Atlanta, Georgia, Majorie Taylor Greene resigning and going after Donald Trump because the two of them don't see eye to eye. So Donald Trump said he will finance the opponent who was gonna run against Marjorie. Marjorie said he don't have the financial backing, so she's stepping away from politics. She was the voice and the vocal one behind the Epstein file to be released. She out there with the victims. Although she's controversial, people are listening to her. People also asking or saying that do you think she's gonna run for president come 2028? Or she gonna run for a senator? Or she gonna run for a governor? And also in the news we see where the judge dismissed the case with James Comey and Lita James. Say it's unconstitutional. Those were some trump up charges against both of them. So with James, she have the fraud, the housing. So they're trying to hold her for that. But the Attorney General body is working overtime with the president. Whatever the president said, that's what she do. If the president said jump, she don't do her research, she just jumps. She losing all these cases. That's not looking good for the attorney. So now she got to go back to the drawing board, start to question whatever the president tell her to do, because she lose two cases back to back, and then a couple of weeks ago she lost another one. Let's see where the judge keep on showing out all those cases. But our federal government have a lot of resources to just keep pumping money into these cases. Or it's just that we got some incompetent people running the government. Those are questions you gotta ask. It don't seem like we got better things to do. We see where the country shut down for 43 days and a lot of families still suffering, trying to recover from the government shutdown. We're 2 days away from Thanksgiving. 2 days away. Tomorrow is the eve of Thanksgiving, and then Thursday is Thanksgiving. Where we're gonna have thousands of families who can't afford food. Who can't afford a night plate of food on Thanksgiving. But what are your thoughts this morning? The Epstein file. We see where Majorie Taylor Greene and the woman and man that was molested asking for transparency. London Miller, P9C, blessings to you and your family this morning. Hope you and your family is well. So Majorie Taylor Greene asking for transparency with the Epstein file. But it's interesting time in America. When we look at all that is happening around us, it's only getting worse by the minute. And we see where the president is out for revenge. If you go against the president, he's gonna come up for you. The president not hiding. Sending the FBI and the Attorney General. And he's not hiding it. None of them not hiding it. They start to do some chump up cases. Just like what they do to James Comey and Lolita James. Both cases was dismissed. J Crates 256 blessings. What are your thoughts this morning? Leave your comment down below. With the Epstein file and Majorie Taylor Greene, Congresswoman of Atlanta, Georgia, resigning, and she was the backbone or the face of asking for the file to be released. We see where she and the victim have news conferences. The victim, they come out and speak how they were molested and all type of things that happened to them. And on the other hand, do you think some of the parents need to take the blame for what happened to some of those children? Because as a 14-year-old, do you think your 14-year-old should just up and head to some rich people place? Although we know kids tell lies, but worse if they're big inside their body, and they can always tell lie with the age. Tell the wrong age. You ask you, hey, how old are you? They say they're 18, because 18 is the age of consent in some states, maybe 16 in some states. Just because they want to be a part of something, they want to experience, and then when they get in, they realize they can't get out, because we know what the elite can do. Just like you tell your kids, do not experiment in certain things. Experiment can cost your life. Don't be like Curious George. You'll never figure it out. But our children are naive and they're vulnerable. You gotta sit them down and show them the do's and the don'ts and the we's and the pros and cons to everything in life. But some of them gone astray. We understand that, but we still have to teach them. So if they messed up out there, you could say, okay, you did show them the right way or teach them the right way. Because the street can be a rough place, can be a forgiven place. Because every morning I drive on the street, you see tons of people begging every day. Now we see where drugs is on the rise in Atlanta, Georgia. A friend of mine at work yesterday tell me that, yeah, they arrest a guy. He had fentanyl. The amount of fentanyl where they hold him with. And we know what it does. If you Google it, tomorrow morning I'm gonna have to do a video about fentanyl. A lot of lives have lost because of drugs. But because of money and fast money, people sell drugs. They don't care if it destroy family and destroy lives, take lives. So every morning I drive down the street, you see people sleeping on the sidewalks. You'll see them at the stop sign or the stoplight begging for money to buy alcohol or beer. They don't want any food, they just want beer. They don't sleep. They work 27/14. So they work a day and 3 hours every day. Because it's 24 hours in a day, but they work 27. Because they have to work to support their hobby. But as we drive through the streets of Atlanta, Georgia, where homelessness is on the rise, we see underneath the bridges where the people there live. You can see one underneath the bus stop with a lot of clothing, shopping carts. And we're in the festive season. Festive season is the giving season, which is Thanksgiving, and after Thanksgiving, then you know it's Christmas. And we're, although it's right now, it's 59 degrees, so it's not that cold. But come next 2 weeks, you know, it's gonna be winter, so it's gonna get cold. You see, where tons of people on the street every morning, every evening, and night. So we're gonna get some rain today, as you could see there. It's wet, so it's drizzle. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Good afternoon or good evening or good night. If you just start watching the live, then we are talking about Congresswoman Majorie Taylor Greene. Donald Trump, the President of America, called her a traitor. Yes, he called her traitor Brown. Yes, you know the big story that she was having an affair. So she come out and talk about that in her resigning speech. And she's the one who called in for the Epstein file to be released with the victim. Hey Nick, blessings to you and your family. Felix Watermelon, blessings to you and your family. What are your thoughts this morning? If you just start watching the live, do you think damning allegation is in the Trump releasing the Epstein file? Do you think some prominent names is in there? I see where the DOJ, Department of Justice, so they're still doing the investigation. But for how many years now? Epstein passed away like what, 2019, so it's 6 years ago. And we still haven't seen the file release. And people did not, why didn't the Democrat release the file? They said the Department of Justice was doing the investigation into other people surrounding Epstein. We see where some people coming out and say that people take Epstein money. Epstein was paying people. So they're trying to follow the money. So they're investigating who get Epstein money. But they're putting out bits and pieces. It's like you're fishing. So you throw the bait out and see who grab at it. I think that's what they're doing. But what are your thoughts this morning? What do you think gonna come of the Epstein file? You think somebody gonna hold accountable? See where the president was dashing out name left, right, and center just last week in his news conference. But the controversial one, Majorie Taylor Greene, as Donald Trump called her, the traitor. Once you talk bad about the president or go against the president gonna call you out. And he don't mix words. He tell her like it is. You know, everybody who was associated with him in the first term, if you talk bad about him, he fired them. So you are fired. Just like that. And people don't learn. Desperate time call for desperate measure. We're living in a time of now where the hearts and minds of man is wicked and evil. How many wars going on in the world? How many outbreaks? See where people are suffering, people are starving, but yet we can pick ourselves up and wanna go to war. All because the president, none of his children, not going to war, so he can send other family to war. But if a man cannot think for himself, well, somebody got to think for him or her. This is where I said so long, bye bye, until tomorrow. Walk good. One love, one heart, one aim, one destiny. Yes, we see where the legendary Jimmy Cliff, the man who sing, the harder they come, the harder they fall, one and all. He also sing, I can see clearly now, the rain is gone. You can see all obstacle in my way. It's gonna be a bright sunshine or a sunny day. Yes, the man star in the movie, the harder they come. One of Jamaican icon, the iconic one. Jimmy Cliff. She get order of distinction, so OD. Yes, passed away yesterday. Rest in eternal peace, Jimmy Cliff. Peace and love, and make love abide with us all. Blessings. I'm out of here.